Hello, welcome to the National Weather Service Pocatello's Weather Hazard Briefing for Saturday, April 13th. Here's what you'll see in this briefing. There is a low at the California coast that will be moving inland over this weekend. The southerly airflow will keep temperatures mild overnight and warm in the afternoon. There is a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. It is limited to the Lemhi County area. As the low gets closer, isolated showers will cover more mountains for Sunday and Monday. There was a low once expected to move in from Canada. We're now expecting it to stall in southern Canada and Montana. What this means is we are not expected to get as cold as previous thinking, because the cold air will stay on the north side of that low. But we are looking for it to be windier, as southern Idaho now stays on the low south side, which all this week has normally been windier, but previous thinking was that would be in Utah. So here's the low that will be moving onshore and driving through Nevada and Utah over the weekend. So this will be providing some very light moisture and a little bit of wind. So here's the outlook. So today, first of all, today through the week, this Portneuf River through Pocatello, that stretch of it, is expected to be above flood stage. Otherwise, for Saturday, again, just a slight chance of some afternoon showers in the eastern highlands, and then in central Idaho and the Lost River or river area, the Sawtooth area in Lemhi County, where it will also be having some isolated thunderstorms up there. Now on Sunday, it spreads out more. It will tend to be windy in the Snake Plain and in the Magic Valley and in the South Hills. And then the slight chance of showers for most locations. The only place that may have a slight chance of afternoon thunderstorms is in the central Idaho mountains. That would be portions of the Lost River area and again the northwestern half of Lemhi County. But you can see it's all slight chance, which means it's less than 25% chance that we'll get anything out of these storms in terms of precipitation. On Monday, as the low continues to get closer and actually passes to the south, we are looking for a chance of, or slight chance of, showers everywhere. Notice that the thunderstorms have disappeared. And in the southeast highlands, that is down there in the Bear Lake region and the Bear River range of mountains, the daytime showers are actually likely. Elsewhere, though, it's just chance and slight chance once again. On Tuesday, again, showers likely, but that goes from being in the southeast highlands up to the eastern highlands. And we are looking for windy conditions to continue in the Magic Valley. But elsewhere, again, slight chance or chance of showers. Wednesday, again, most locations, the eastern highlands, showers are likely once again. Everywhere else, chance or slight chance of showers, with the exception of the South Hills and Magic Valley. We should have a pleasant afternoon as that low continues to move eastward. And the low from the north does not come in on Tuesday as we were expecting. And once again, there should be some river flooding will continue in the Snake Plain. So let's cover that river flooding. Here's the outlook for the week. You can see the forecast here that we are expecting it to reach moderate flood stage. As you can see here right now, it looks like sometime Sunday afternoon. So until then, it's minor flood stage. Just briefly getting just over moderate flood stage, and then it starts to recede here as temperatures turn cooler. And we actually get overnight freezing instead of continuous melt of snow. So by, it looks like here, Tuesday early afternoon or midday or so, it should be falling back. But you can see here through April 20th, it should stay above minor flood stage. Okay, low temperatures this morning with some cloud cover, we're pretty mild. Upper 30s to mid 40s for the Snake River Plain and Eastern Magic Valley. You can see even Stanley is fairly warm at just 27 degrees, so very few places getting below freezing. And this is what the weather depiction is for this weather map for 8 a.m. this morning, or I should say 6 a.m. this morning. You can see the high pressure dominating, and the only place where there's some rain and thunderstorms is again in Lemhi County, that green hatched area. And here's exactly where that line is. You can see it does drop a little bit potentially into Custer County. And again, this is general thunderstorms as noted by being the light green shading. If it was darker green, we'd actually have a chance of some severe weather, but none of that today. And here's the showers, how they should develop. Again, most of it is below 1/10 of an inch, not really amounting to much at all there. The wind gusts this afternoon, so this is gusty wind, so not a whole lot of wind going on unless you're in the southern hills where it might get what I would call breezy with gusts to around 30. And then gusts tonight actually increase a little bit, and you can see a lot of south wind there. But still, the gusts are to around 30 to 35 miles an hour. And again, that's mostly in the southern hills. The high temperatures today, we are looking at warming once again. We were very warm yesterday for this time of year. Once again, lower and middle 70s in the Snake River Plain and Eastern Magic Valley, even Stanley getting up into the low 60s. And then overnight lows tonight, again, increasing cloud cover keeps temperatures mild and roughly the same. There's very little difference compared to this morning. Okay, here you can see the low starting to move in. You can see they actually placed the surface low up here in Oregon. I would say it probably will be more down here in Nevada and Utah. But it will be passing through, and it will be generating some mixed precipitation. I'd say that's high elevation snow. And as you'll see, there's very little snow, really. Here's the rainfall amounts. And you see it does not start until Sunday afternoon. And again, it's really light. Sun Valley, just 100th. Same with Haley. And then Sunday evening, again, all below 1/10 of an inch for our area. And then you'd have to get into Idaho County before you'd start seeing wetter conditions. And then Monday late night hours, again, very little rainfall, just the extreme ends of the state here on the southern end and then our northern end. Now, Sunday is going to be windier. Here's all day Sunday. We actually have gusts in excess of 40 miles an hour now in those southern hills. And you can see it's definitely picked up here in the Snake River Plain and Eastern Magic Valley with gusts to around 30. So I would call that sort of a windy day. And maybe even very windy here. We may need some sort of wind advisory on Sunday if this is expected to last any amount of hours. Sunday night, you can see it does die down, but still some areas where it's strong in the southern hills. And then once again up here in Spencer, Du Bois, Mud Lake, Territon area, where it's still pretty windy. But you can see the winds have shifted. Instead of being out of the south, they are now out of the northwest. High temperatures for Sunday. You can see with that shift and with more cloud cover, that northwest wind is bringing in some cold air, but it's not going to get as cold as we were previously thinking, where we'd be hovering in the upper 40s by Tuesday. Here you can see, though, has cooled into the middle to upper 60s. Stanley will still get up to 58 degrees. Low temperatures for Sunday night and Monday morning. You can see more widespread areas here in central Idaho getting below freezing, with Stanley getting down to 23. But still pretty mild here in the Snake River Plain and Eastern Magic Valley, with temperatures 35 to 45 degrees. All right, by Monday, you can see the low has moved off, and we are now behind the low. That should allow, again, some northwest wind, but this low up here, which was going to bring the cold air, is not expected to penetrate any further than maybe the northern half of Montana. But what does that mean? We will have lots of wind on Monday now. You can see very strong winds through the eastern Magic Valley and the southern foothills. It's shifted back to out of the west, but it's even gusty here on the ridges up in Lemhi County and Custer County, and pretty breezy for the Snake River Plain. And look down even here in the mountains of the southeastern foothills, lots of gusty wind up on top of the ridges. And then Monday night it actually gets worse. So instead of what you would normally think, where winds die down during the overnight hours, they actually will be increasing. And that's because this low is coming down, but it's staying north of us. And so all of this is a west wind, as you can see from the arrows. Okay, high temperatures on Monday. You can see there it's continuing to cool. Now we're struggling to get above 60 in the Snake River Plain. Eastern Magic Valley, though, there's some places where it's getting into the mid-60s. So a bigger spread. Stanley has cooled down to 54 degrees for the forecast high. And overnight lows, again, a lot of west wind, still very gusty. That is actually keeping temperatures mild here in the Snake River Plain, where we have the gusty winds. But where the winds do die down, you can see Stanley down to 22 degrees now for an overnight low. And these are the rainfall amounts. We don't have any for Tuesday, but this is for today through Tuesday. If you add up all the rainfall, you can see there are very few locations that get more than a tenth. They're mostly in here in the southeastern highlands, up here north and west of Shoup. So not very many locations getting a whole lot of rain out of this. And here's the snowfall amounts. You could see a few places getting maybe more than an inch here in the Bear River range, but for the most part it's staying very high. I don't think I see any highways being affected. Even Galena Summit, the snow is staying above that elevation, so that's all above 8,500 feet and maybe above 9,000. That's all I have. If you have any further questions, you can always contact us at the telephone number here in the bottom center, or check out the weather yourself at weather.gov/Pocatello. Thanks for watching.